good afternoon, everyone. I'm Niarchos with the SNF Nostos Youth Advisory Committee, and we are a group of 17 young leaders from all over the world who've had the privilege of working closely with the Nostos team in curating different aspects of this conference. Starting from its early stages, we've been involved in brainstorming ideas, evaluating proposals, as well as moderating sessions and speaking in some of them. It's an honor to welcome you to this next immersive experience centered on youth voices, mental health, and belongingness. Across the world today, young people are navigating rapid change and increasing pressures. Yet too often, their stories are spoken about rather than being truly listened to. And this session invites us to do something different, to pause, to listen, and to experience their stories through their own voices and lived realities. This whole experience, from the content to the graphics design and to the audio experience, has been designed and implemented entirely by the team of Bring Change to Mind and embraced by the breathtaking music of the world-renowned pianist and composer RIOPY. Please join me in welcoming to the stage RIOPY himself to lead this experience.
Sometimes it feels like no one is really listening.
Sometimes it feels like no one is really listening.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. All right, thank you so much for being here. This is a privilege for me to present you this session hosted by Bring Change to Mind and the Stavros Foundation. It's a bit hard for me to pronounce because Greek language is very hard. I'm a French guy, so I don't know if the Greek, it's harder to speak French than the French for speaking Greek, but it's a bit difficult. So today, as you know, we have a lot of mental health issues in the world, right? And Bring Change to Mind is doing an incredible job. They came to me to ask me to host this session. So today, we're going to present you those kids. You're going to hear their voices. And they're going to share their experience, their struggle. And I was one of those kids. It was very difficult for me. So that's why I was actually very emotional when I was asked to do that, because I wish I had some people helping me as those kids, as those lovely people like Pamela here from Bring Change to Mind to help them. So before we start, if you're okay to take a deep breath with me at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And again. And a third time like charm. How do you feel? It helps, right? Thank you. Can see you. Thank you. So now enjoy and listen to those kids, and I hope they will inspire you as much as they inspire me. It will last around 20 minutes, right? It's 3 different sections. The first one, the struggle. The second one, choosing advocacy. And the last one, it's about the future, how we do the future. So I will talk to you in a bit. Enjoy. Thank you.
My involvement and passion about mental health began from a young age, as my father died from suicide when I was only 3 years old.
Back during 2020, I was going through some like a bit of a crisis, you know. I was struggling with my worth and with my value. I was just wondering if I was worth the trouble that I'd be putting my parents through. And I was wondering, am I worth it? Am I worth it as a human being? after praying about it, after trying to find my way through my conflictions, I finally got over it. Well, not over. I finally found my way through it. Yeah, that's a better way to say it.
The reason that I'm so passionate about mental health is because I've seen the effects that it has on teens in my school, especially when they have had suicidal ideations or have dealt with mental health challenges from sports. And I think that it's very important to make sure that we help them overcome that and allow them to have a safe space to talk about their feelings in a way that they know that they're not going to be judged.
I'm 18 years old. I'm a girl. I play sports, and I know what it feels like to deal with pressure while still trying to look strong from the outside. I've learned that being strong doesn't necessarily mean staying silent. I didn't realize I was struggling with my own mental health until my freshman year of high school, when I got diagnosed with anorexia.
Growing up and going through school, there was times where I felt overwhelmed by everything around me. Expectations from school, pressure to do well, friendships, relationships, and trying to figure out who I was as a person all felt a lot at once. From the outside, it probably looked like everything was normal, but on the inside, my mind sometimes felt confusing and heavy.
Till my freshman year of high school, mental health had always felt like someone else's story. And throughout my time in middle school, I saw my friends struggle with their mental health, and I had always known that I came from a family that talked about mental health.
I've been passionate about mental health for a long time. I have anxiety myself, and it's something that I've struggled with ever since I was a little kid. I started working as a camp counselor, and I got to experience how hard it is to navigate having mental health struggles for the first time in your life and not really knowing what it means to have complex emotions.
Since I'm Nigerian, my family's Nigerian, there's also a lot of stigma within Nigerian communities about mental health, and I want to work towards destigmatizing that and providing a space for teenagers like me, like African teenagers, even like people of other colors, to have a space to talk about our mental health and support each other.
One of the hardest parts about struggling with mental health is that a lot of people don't see it. If someone breaks a bone, everyone knows they need help, but when someone is struggling mentally or emotionally, it's often invisible. Because of that, many people stay silent about what they're going through.
Mental health is just as important as physical health, and I kind of lived that experience, especially given that I had an eating disorder, so it affected both my mental and physical health. If we continue to perpetuate the stigma, everybody is affected.
So the reason why I'm passionate about mental health is because as a minority, I want to speak up for, young girls and people in general, young scholars in the Bronx, and, stand up for stigma that's not really recognized.
Mental health awareness breaks silence. When we talk about it openly, we show people that struggling doesn't mean you're weak. In fact, it takes a lot of strength to admit when you're having a hard time. For a long time, I didn't always talk about my feelings. I kept things inside because I thought maybe people wouldn't understand, or maybe my problems were serious enough to talk about. But what I learned is that ignoring those feelings can make them disappear. It only makes them heavier over time.
As a Black person and a young Black person, I see how mental health can be ignored or pushed aside like it's not something we're supposed to talk about. And that's exactly what I'm passionate about, because it should be talked about.
There's still men out there who are afraid to talk about their feelings when they're going through something in their head. At the end of the day, when you ask a dude how they're doing, make sure you ask, like really ask them, are you good, man? Is everything going all right? Make sure you check up on your bros.
When students advocate for mental health, it 100% leads to better resources and more support systems, and it's just a healthier environment overall.
The positive impacts I've seen here in our community is that young men are more comfortable letting their guard down, talking about their emotions and mental health without feeling like they're being a bother to anybody. I'm proud that we are addressing this problem that a lot of young men are facing and becoming a solution to their issue.
When I went to middle school and I was able to meet people like teachers and staff members who made me feel like I was seen, I was heard, and I was validated, I realized, oh my gosh, maybe this world is worth living in, there's a future for me, and life can be fun.
I think that a lot of students like to hear from their peers when talking about mental health. Mental health is something that feels really taboo for a lot of people and really intimidating. So having like someone your age talk to you about it, someone you can relate to like a fellow student, helps students actually feel a lot more comfortable talking about their mental health.
Seeing peers speak openly about mental health encourages each other to reach out to counselors, teachers, or a trusted adult when they need support. It reminds students they are not alone in what they're experiencing.
And it creates safe spaces where mental health advocates who are students can help their fellow students have a place where they can discover something new about their peers and also help themselves.
Most importantly, and it's probably cliche, but it 100% empowers people. It shows that our voice matters and that we can actually make a difference, and it's not just for ourselves, but it's for others too. I think that's so much about mental health is not just thinking about yourselves, even though you should, and you should always prioritize yourself, but it's also if you have the ability to reach out, that's how we bridge a gap.
Participating in Bring Change to Mind, it makes me passionate about what I do, and I'm happy that I'm able to make an impact.
Student-led advocacy also helps build a strong sense of community within schools. When students organize mental health awareness events, discussions, or support groups, they create an environment where people care about each other's well-being.
For me, advocating about mental health is just super important because even if you aren't well versed in it, it's something that affects everyone.
I'm passionate about mental health because I've seen how powerful it can be when students have spaces where they feel comfortable opening up and supporting each other. At my school, we try to create events that help students take a break from everyday stress and just connect. One of my favorite moments was during a slime making event we hosted. Everyone was laughing, smiling, and talking with people they might not normally interact with. Seeing that kind of connection reminded me how important it is to create spaces where people feel like they truly belong.
I feel like since we're considered an impoverished community, sometimes there's a lack of resources, lack of communication, and lack of teaching of mental health that causes other side effects that get neglected.
I think there are so many positive effects of students in their involvement in mental health advocacy because I think students really trust their peers. When students take the lead, it really shows their initiative. It shows that they care. It shows that other people are going through similar things. And I think that really speaks to young people.
As a result of people participating in Bring Change to Mind, I see people participating in our chapter, and more people have invited their friends to join, and it really brings joy to me because more people are becoming aware of mental health, and they have a sense of community and a safe space to talk about what they're struggling with.
People are more comfortable to say things. People are a lot more comfortable to talk about how they feel, talk about what's going on with their lives. And people are, especially kids, right? Kids are a lot less worried about things sometimes because they know they have someone they can go and talk to whenever they have problems.
In the future, I'd really hope that mental health is talked about as openly as physical health is. I don't feel like it should be awkward or uncomfortable to say that you're struggling or that you need help. I want it to be normal for people to check in on each other and actually mean it and wonder how they are actually doing. I also hope people stop judging or labeling others based on what they're going through.
I think our generation already has a much better understanding of mental health and how it affects people, and my hope for the future is that this continues to grow into more compassion and understanding. I hope we move toward a culture where people feel allowed to take a breath and recognize that we're still teenagers figuring things out.
My hope for how mental health is viewed and talked about in the future is that it's less stigmatized. There's less of a stigma tied around it, especially in, minority communities, especially towards men. Doesn't matter the category. Mental health shouldn't have a stigma around it.
We shouldn't have to designate spaces. Instead, I want the future to be a place where mental health is a part of everyday life. One feels accepted to talk about their mental health and help others no matter the situation or who's around them. It shouldn't be a taboo or intimidating thing to discuss mental health openly and honestly.
My hope is that in the future, mental health is viewed more just like as a part of life. Like it's something normal that happens. Like it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel sad at times. It's okay to have mental health problems.
I want people to feel like their feelings matter and that they don't have to hide what they're going through. Too many people feel like they have to pretend everything is okay because they're afraid of being judged or misunderstood. Mental health awareness breaks silence. When we talk about it openly, we show people that struggling doesn't mean you're weak. In fact, it takes a lot of strength to admit when you're having a hard time.
Overall, I just hope people are more positive and they feel more safe asking for help and having real conversations. And that should be probably checking in on each other from time to time. At the end of the day, mental health affects all of us, no one person more than the other. And I think that we definitely need to talk about it. And the more we talk about it, the stronger we become.
My hope for how mental health is viewed is that anybody should be able to have the access to speak on how they feel and are comfortable with doing so. I don't want people to feel that they are stuck in a mindset where they have to bottle up their emotions, because I used to have that mindset and nothing good comes from it. And it's better to tell someone and let it out rather than feel as if you need to keep it to yourself.
I really hope spaces like student mental health clubs can continue to help people feel less alone and remind students that it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
I care about breaking that stigma, which is why I joined the club. I care about making it okay to speak up, and I care about making sure people know that they're not alone.
My hope for the future is that mental health is viewed the same way as physical health. Something normal, important, and worth taking care of. I hope people feel comfortable talking about their feelings without the fear of being judged or misunderstood.
I'm hoping it's not a movement. Nah, wait, stay with me now. Sounds a little crazy. But I'm hoping it goes from being a movement to something that is completely normalized, to something that doesn't need people to loudly advocate or talk about it so that people can notice it, people will take it seriously. I'm hoping in the future it's something completely regular.
Thank you. Did you feel something? Isn't it incredible to hear those stories of those kids that are going through so much? The first time I heard those voices, it really got to me because, well, I was one of those, but I didn't have anyone. So the goal of the mission of Bring Change to Mind is to end stigma by amplifying youth leadership and fostering empathy-driven community change. So what you can do if you want is to go on the website and see how you can help. Because I really believe that if we're together, we can change the world. And we need healthy kids, we need happy kids. No kids should go through those issues, right? They already know the word mental health, which for me is already an issue. And at the same time, it's a blessing because we can do something about it. So in 2026 now we've got the tools and they need help. We need empathy, we need compassion, we need love. I think it's the only way to go in the future. What do you think? Do you agree? Otherwise, I think we're screwed. That's what I believe. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. And hopefully we can do this with more kids. So have a lovely afternoon, and thank you very much. Bye.